sports,
Anime.
Media entertainment.
The whole world, look around you. Look at this. We created this.
Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to the Same Convo, the podcast where we talk everything sports, anime, media, and entertainment. It's your boy Skinny, Carlo, and yours truly, Bamba. And this is the media and entertainment segment. And like I told y'all, we would be doing it today. I want to talk about high school / college movies. And really, it's anything encompassing. Carlo, you good there?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
So really, I want to start with simply asking y'all, what's y'all favorite high school / college movies? I mean, you don't have to give really a top 1, top 2. Just give me what comes to your mind and really your favorite movies.
Well, if we talk about what comes to my mind immediately when I think high school movies, I think about the series of High School Musical 1, 2, and 3. If you grew up in our era, if you grew up a late 90s baby, like
Right.
High School Musical was a part of your childhood that you always remember, and it was fire. You probably remember at least 5 songs from the series, unless you're me and you remember every song from each movie, and even the hidden soundtracks, and even the bonus soundtracks, and even it. But yeah, High School Musical for high school, and also She's the Man, because that's also a high school movie. And then if we're talking about college, the first one and really the only one, and like, cause you gotta really like think deep, like with college, like, but the first one and the only one for me is Stump the Yard. Like, that was my introduction into Greek life. And just seeing how, like, cause it was supposed to emulate an HBCU too. So it was just kind of see how they emulated HBCU, Greek life, and how they kind of put that together. But yeah. College, Stump the Yard, High School Musical, and She's the Man.
But
For me, I got a list. You got to put Mean Girls in there for high school.
Okay.
You got to throw in American Pie. That goes for college too. American Pie is a classic. One of a great comedy. I'm throwing Superbad in there. Great comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Titans.
That's a good one.
The Freedom Riders. I love the Freedom Riders. Then we're gonna go to college. Again, you got American Pie when they went to college. That was good. Does 22 Jump Street count?
It's on my list.
22 Jump Street for college? Hell yeah.
I'm counting it. I love 22 Jump Street. That shit's hilarious.
Damn near one of the funniest sequels known to man.
Man.
One of the funniest sequels known to man.
Yeah, Ice Cube did a great job. Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, amazing.
Thanks.
What else? College. I'm gonna go Stump the Yard's classic, of course. Stump the Yard drum line. College.
School Days.
School Days, alright. I wasn't too crazy about School Days, honestly.
Feel that.
That might be it for me for college you go ahead, Bamba. I'm still thinking of something.
I think you really mentioned most of the ones I had on my list, because really I was just thinking about American Pie, 22 Jump Streets, and maybe like movies like ATL, some others like that, and even Stump the Yard too. But so, if you thought that this was a high school, college dip dive, we're gonna give each movies their dip dive when the time comes. This is really a get to know the hosts, and we're just gonna use these movies to kind of present ourselves out there. So using these movies, I want to know which high school / college movie best represented your high school experience or your college experience.
Bro, there's no movie. You don't make movies out of my high school.
So the question is, which high school movie represents our high school or represents us in high school?
Best represents your experience of high school.
Okay. I feel like resonate with me. Like I'm gonna do it like this. So like in Fired Up, that's a high school movie about two football players that basically like find interest in cheering, and basically because like before they found interest in cheering, football was like the plan for the rest of their lives, and then they realized like they could do other stuff with their lives. And so like I say a portion of Fired Up is like that because like there was a time in high school where like I was like, okay, I'm going to play collegiate sports, but then I was like, there's other stuff I can do other than like it doesn't have to be focused on collegiate sports. Like I don't have to be focused on going to football camp on like because like there was a period of time like I didn't have an off season. Like my summer, I was still in all four sports that I played in a regular season in high school. So, but there was like I said, a point where I wasn't even interested in playing at the next level anymore. I just wanted to finish out and graduate and go to college at least. And then as far as like I would say any other high school movies off my list that I probably resonate with would probably be just like would be ATL. Because granted, like not the demographic of the schools, but like just the purpose. Because like that was their senior year, and like they were all like just trying to figure it out, like trying to figure out what they was going to do after like their senior year, and kind of like that was where I was. Like me and my friends that I were close with, like we were all in different places in our lives, like. I went to college. A couple of them stayed in Columbus and started jobs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so, and then if we're talking about college, I would have to do Stump the Yard and Neighbors. Stump the Yard strictly off of just like my introduction, because like DJ also didn't know anything about Greek life. I had knew nothing about Greek life, and I wouldn't say that kind of changed my college experience, but it did add to it. Kenny, what are you talking about?
Kappa League?
I knew one fraternity. You notice I literally learned that everything is like you before you joined Kappa, you knew about Qs, you knew about Alphas, you knew about Sigmas. I didn't even know those niggas existed before I joined. I knew about Kappas because I was in Kappa League. But just that overall experience, that introduction into like kind of a new world. And then I say Neighbors because like that's also what they were looking at, like Zac Efron, the character he played, like he was deep into his fraternity, but like all his friends and all his frat brothers like had plans like after they graduated college. And like where I look at like my senior year, like Kenny was going to law school. My boy Eli, he had a job. Dennis was going to getting his master's degree in civil engineering. And I was kind of looking at myself like, damn, I'm finna graduate. I don't got a job lined up or anything, you feel me? But I ended up making it work out for myself. So I would say as far as like my life and kind of where I was at in those points of time, those are the movies that kind of resonate to, you know, what I was going through in those points of high school and college.
Right. Okay. So let's put it this way, right?
I didn't get a turn.
No, my man, go ahead. I apologize.
Weak.
But okay, so I would say my high school. I always tell people my high school, like, have y'all seen Lean on Me?
Yes.
With Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it wasn't that the high school that was addicted to drugs.
Yeah. You smoke crack, don't you?
Yeah.
The whole high school was on drugs. It was just a bad high school where like there were pregnant teenagers, which happens at many high schools. There was just a lot of crazy stuff going on. I would say my school was similar to Lean on Me / the Freedom Riders. Yeah, and then I would say my high school experience. No, there's no movie that captures my high school experience, bro. Like none. It's like I was in all the sports. I was wrestling, football. I did men's volleyball. We had a softball team at one point. I played a bunch of different sports. I played varsity on a few of them, but I was never good enough or tall enough or big enough to play at the next level. So I was just on the team, but I was the captain of the wrestling team for a little bit, and I was the captain of the volleyball team for a little bit.
Okay.
I never like tried to go to the next level with those. What, Carlil?
Nothing. It's just you.
The closest I could get to dunking on niggas was playing volleyball and spiking on their heads.
That is the coldest men's volleyball player that I know, bro. What about you, Bamba?
Shoot.
I didn't get college. I don't want to hear about it. I'm about to quit the show. Wait, y'all don't care.
we care about your college opinion, Kenny. Come on, man.
I'm no longer a host of this show.
Wow.
Okay.
But I don't have one. Go ahead. Hey, Brad, because Kenny be zoning out, and I'm thinking he's done. I'm like, okay.
Mama said you could leave. Okay, so college, I'm gonna go. What is a college? It's not that many college movies, is there?
Nah, I mean, when you think about it, like there
That's a
are.
lot. But if you don't have,
That's why I just picked off my list and tried to pick like points in those movies where it reflected, somewhere in my college career. Like the example I use in Neighbors, like you could like pick a point like in one of your top movies and be like, kind of like let it resonate, where you were in your journey in high school or college.
I think I'm gonna go American Pie for college.
that's not true. Right? Okay. What was you doing in college, Kenny?
Facts. What was you doing in college, Kenny?
I'm saying American Pie because that movie was legit about a group of guys just having fun with each other, like having fun with their friends. And like that's all I did in college for real was, I did my schoolwork and stuff, but at the end of the day, I was linking up with Carlil and our LBs or Carlil and Dennis, and we would just go do crazy stuff. Like,
but let me say this: that lasted 2 years. After 2 years, Kenny said "F us." And
what are you talking about?
Kenny, bro, there was a point that lasted 2 years. After that, you were nowhere to be found.
That's false.
Mans didn't want to go out. Mans didn't want to.
That's false. That's completely inaccurate.
Bro,
That's completely inaccurate.
All right, bet. Keep going. I don't want to waste no time because Obama got more stuff to talk about. Keep
Do
going.
you have anything to add to that?
I'm going American Pie. You go.
American Pie. But for me, I don't really have any movies that really portrays my college life. But in high school, I'm gonna have to go with 17 again. I said 17
Wait,
again.
which one? Zac Efron or Tia Tamera?
I have not seen that one. I've seen the Zac Efron one.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm going with 17 again is simply because I feel like transitioning because I came to the U.S. during my senior year, like the beginning of the senior year in high school. And coming here, getting acclimated to a new life, it's like you feel out of place. And I feel like I just recently seen that movie too. So I kind of I experienced that. You come American high school. First of all, it's a smaller building. It's just like it's crowded. You feel like it's a lot going on. Classes here, and then you're on the basketball team. That story I feel like portrays a little bit of my high school life. But to get a better deep dive onto y'all's stories, now I recently heard that y'all niggas was a little while back then. Yeah. We gonna get into that, but I'm gonna ask y'all this, right? So we know that like in high school movies / college movies, it's always a love story somewhere involved right there. So we're gonna revisit it real quick, and I wanted y'all to talk about, starting with you, Kenny. You gonna give me a little bit, talk about.
Yes.
I would say either your high school or your college sweetheart, or give us, one of the juiciest love story you had when you were in college / high school.
Open your door for this.
The mic is yours.
Open your door.
Well, I'm gonna go the college route. All right. College is where I found the love of my life. My current girlfriend, Angel.
Oh my God.
Kentucky.
Oh my God.
I don't know what story you thought I was gonna take. I was gonna get myself in trouble for this show. You got me fucked up. What do you want me to say? I'm not saying no stupid shit. Why would I do that?
That was not the purpose of his question. If you don't answer honestly,
No, it's the show. It's the past.
Story.
It's the past.
He said, tell him about a love story about either high school or college. That's what I'm doing, sir.
It's the past. You moved on, Kenny.
boo.
Thank you. Let me grow as a person, Carlil.
Yeah, you're right.
Stick to your own standards. I want to hear your story when we come around to you. Stick to
Yeah.
your standards.
I gotta do my story now, though. That's the thing.
No. So I met Angel. So Angel came into my life at a point in time where I was trying to grow. Me and Carlil had a habit of dating girls within our friend groups. And I quickly realized how the flaws in that action, and that you should keep your girl and your friend group separate. So that is when I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this life of, not being in an actual relationship, not being in it for substance. So I wanted a girl that was of substance, you know what I'm saying? A girl that had standards, a girl who was smart, intelligent, funny, a girl that I could be friends with first.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen Angel, I didn't really know her too well, and I knew she had a good reputation, found that out. She seemed like she had a great personality. She used to wear anime shirts. I see on Twitter wearing anime shirts, talking anime a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is a girl who knows a little something about anime. That's always a plus right there. That means you got a little something different about you. And I texted her. I was at work. I was working at Costco at the time. I was right there by the pizza oven. I texted my boys. I said, hey, what y'all know about Angel? They said, she good people for real. She cool. I said, I'm about to shoot. Slid in the DMs, and we've been happily ever after since. Your turn, Carlil.
I hate this nigga.
Remember, stick to your standards.
So could you repeat the question? Because I think Kenny just told a love story.
So the question is simply, looking back at your experience in high school and college, I just want you to give me just one love story, I would say. If you remember, high school sweetheart, a college sweetheart.
He asked for that.
Okay.
Stick to your standards, Carlil. No bitch.
This is not fair.
I know. So I'm waiting for a specific story.
I don't know which story to tell.
Wow. You already made it bad. I don't know which story to tell. Damn.
I have to, basically you want me to tell a story just about a college or high school sweetheart. And does it have to like relate to a movie?
College. We want college.
At the end of the day, Carlo, it's your movie. So let's hear whichever one you want to.
We want college.
We
want college.
I mean,
we want college.
If there's anything, I'm gonna tell the story that best relates to like movies we see about like, love stories and romantic. So, my sophomore year, there was my sophomore year, there was this girl that came into UK as a freshman, and like we had some of the same classes together. I saw her on the Greyhound. Like the first time I saw her was on the Greyhound. Had some of the same classes together, and like from when I first saw her on the Greyhound, I was like she was, real cool. Like she piqued my interest, and like then we had classes together. We would see each other, talk to each other, and then like she started coming to UGP, which was an organization that I was a leader of. Kenny also introduced it to me, and then she started, she met Kenny, and she started coming around my friends more often. But she had a boyfriend at the time, and like you could tell that there was a connection really there. But I respected the fact that she had a boyfriend. And then the following year, my junior year, her sophomore year, the beginning of the year, she had came to me, or like we were, getting real comfortable. And there was a point in time where like I asked her about one of her friends, and she kind of got offended by that. And I didn't know why she got offended, is because she had became newly single. And so after she became newly single, I kind of like switched back my focus to her, because like that was the person that at the time, like our vibes were it was an all time. Like I felt like I was very in love, definitely like my first love. And that's that if that any one of my relationships emulated any movie, that would be it. You feel me? You said what?
What's her name?
Casey.
Oh.
So because I have another question in store, a very interesting question. I'm gonna give y'all the lesson story here.
Okay.
This is just how I met my first girlfriend.
Okay.
So at the time we had a cultural event that happens during the school year every year where you have like basically display talents. And my best friend at the time wanted to sing Kiss Me Through the Phone. He wanted to do the Soldier Boy part. And he wanted me to do the Sammy part. Of course, it's my best friend. I have to do it. So now this is like, I would say, shit. This is like 2008. 2008. I was a youngin. I was 14, something like that.
This man was fresh in his freshman year, boy.
So this is what happened, right? We get on stage. I'm stressed. So first of all, I have anxiety. I don't know why I said yes. We get on stage. I'm pressed. He has his mic. One of our, I would say, we had like a mentor per se. I would say he was a senior, but he was somebody that we kind of looked up to. Mm-hmm. So he was by his shoulder and handed him the mic. My ass was so stressed that I walked up on stage without grabbing the mic. Yeah. So the shit starts, they're singing. I'm looking around, gotta find where to get the mic. I ended up getting there. So by the time I do that, he is like, he got off the stage. So he's in front of the crowd, right? Mm-hmm. Like, now my ass is not comfortable just being upstairs. So I decided to walk down. When I'm walking down, he walks back up. I kind of step back up, like to go back up. I'm like, I can't do that because like people are looking at you. So I keep it pushing. Until I get in front of a girl. And then my part comes. You know, Kiss Me Through the Phone, see later on, all of that shit. I'm doing it in front of that girl. Like, you know, just going through it. Like,
can you sing?
Huh? I can't. Like, that's the thing. Like, back then, they just had the song playing. You just there with your mic, just doing your thing, whatnot. I was just there, just going off in front of the girl. Okay. Later on, she hit up, like, she's friends with one of my classmates. She hits her up, and she's like, I like him. But the girl's like 4 years older than me. She was like 3 grades above me, some shit.
Cougar.
But the thing is, like, I've never, like, at that point, I didn't have a girlfriend, all of that. She's the first girl I'm dating, and genuinely, like, throughout the whole relationship, we're not even comfortable. So it's like, because she's older than me, I'm like 3 grades behind her. Just hanging around in school is weird and shit like that. But that was my first girlfriend. That's how I met her.
Hey, you always had a thing for the Cougars, man. What was her name? Since we making people say names.
Her name was Lena.
All right, it's great that this is recorded. I gotta post this. Thanks, Kenny.
Since people want to dodge questions, we're gonna have our last question of the day.
Who dodged questions? I don't like this.
Kenny definitely did.
How did I dodge?
Hey,
what?
Okay.
You said tell a love story.
Yes, we are. We're not telling a love story. We're telling a movie. And usually when the plot thickens in the movie, some drama happens, doesn't it? Where you gotta fix shit. So I want to know, y'all go ahead and give me y'all messiest situation y'all been in, whether it is high school or college, but that's what we're going to end on. I started with Kenny.
Oh, my
Carlo,
God.
Mike, it's yours. And I want to hear everything. Let's go.
I don't think.
How is this meeting entertainment? What is this?
It is entertainment for the people and myself.
I don't think this is the right time for me.
What story do I tell? Like,
so you want to tell us? You want us to tell us? You want us to tell you and the audience our messiest college or high school story?
You choose.
all right, I tell it. I don't care.
Kenny goes first.
I'm not gonna say no names though.
Hey, you don't have to say no names.
Yeah, Kenny was wild in the first one. I hate him.
Yeah.
Gotta post that.
That's what he said to do.
He didn't say to do that.
I did not say to do
He
that.
said tell your high school or your college sweetheart.
Okay.
Who's my college sweetheart, Carlil?
Ain't Anglais.
All right then. So what? I told the college sweetheart story. What?
Okay, that's your girlfriend. You're comfortable saying her name.
I followed the rules.
Man got a
anyway.
He got a handicap.
My fault. I'm a faithful husband.
What you trying to
Anyway,
say?
you don't have a girlfriend yet, technically.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to UK. She was going to another school that was far away. This school is also like known for being pretty wild. It's in a very warm climate, by beaches, all that type of stuff. So when everybody found out about us not going to college together and knowing what colleges we're going to, like, dang, can you go hire? You trust her to be out there? All I'm hearing is negative stuff like stuff. You know what's gonna happen when she away? Woo woo. Coming from my dad, friends, people, just everybody.
Carlil, yeah.
Carl, I didn't know Carlo yet. So I'm hearing all that. I'm like, nah. So me and her get into it, but this is before she accepted her school. So this story right now is before she accepted the school that she went to. We had got into it or something, and she was mad at me. And then we was in the same friend group, another girl from the same friend group.
Okay.
So she put in her girls chat, I don't know, maybe the boys in Oregon would treat me better or something like that. So I was like, mind you, I'm cool with a lot of the girls that's in there. So one of the girls that's in the chat sent me the message and told me what happened. I'm like, wow, we getting ready to go to college. You already acting like this? Wild. Okay, but we get past that. So now she accepted the other school that's in a warm climate, all that woo woo. Again, I'm hearing she's going to this school. How you gonna do the long distance? It's gonna be dudes all over her. Woo woo. So before she goes, we make a list of rules.
Right.
The rule I come up with was like no people of opposite sex in your dorm room. She says, I thought that was a given. I thought that that was already a rule.
Okay.
Fast forward, she goes and she does a like a early start freshman summer program, whatever.
Okay.
And she's been in group chats telling me about all the people, including boys and stuff. Damn, can't back up a little bit before even that. Back up. This is a long story of just trust issues getting fucked up. All right, so before that, she wanted to get a tattoo before she left. So she went and got a tattoo. Mind she had been in group chats with people going to this school, boys included, because this is a group chat.
Mm-hmm.
So she puts on Twitter that she's going to the school. She's getting a tattoo, so she's like, you can be on my phone and do stuff while I'm getting my tattoo, whatever. So she peeps that I'm on her Twitter and I'm going through her DMs. She then says, "Oh, this guy's been DMing." Then she feels obligated to tell me that this guy's been DMing her. So I go through the DM. He goes, "You're cute" or whatever. He's complimenting her looks. She says, "I will say you're cute too, but I have a boyfriend." You just said it. You already just said it. What?
Yo.
So remember, I'm having all these people in my ear, and I'm already seeing guys are coming up issues. So fast forward, I'm at this party with my guys. We chilling. She's away at school already. She's doing a freshman early start program, whatever it's called. She been telling me about this one guy in her chat named Noah that she's been cool with or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. She had a conversation where she was real adamant. This is before like things were real progressive with the LGBTQ community and everything. So she was real adamant that if you're bisexual as a guy, that you still like women. I mean, you still like women. So she was like real adamant on that because her mom was part of the LGBTQ community. Okay. So she was real adamant about that. So I remember we were having a conversation. We've been talking about. I'm sitting there texting her while I'm at the party. I'm at a party enjoying my friends. I'm still texting her, finding, Yeah. I noticed somewhere in our conversation, she starts texting back slow. Hours go by. Like she's usually quick texting. So I'm like, you know what? But she had told me she would been having lunch with Noah and a group of friends. Mm-hmm. Mine, she was with Noah and some other friends.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we've been texting, whatever. I call her. She hurries and puts me on mute, and like she had a bunk bed in her room. She hurries and puts me on mute and throws the camera up to the ceiling, like so I can see the top of her bunk bed. So I know they're in her room because I can see the top of the wooden panels of the bunk bed. I'm like, Then she slowly brings the camera back down and unmutes it, and I hear a dude go, "Hi." I said, "What the fuck?" And then, of course, I'm like, is there a dude in your room? She said, it's Noah. I said, okay. She said, Noah's gay. Ooh. He said, at least he said hi. I'm like, what the? You are day one in your dorm room and you're already breaking the rule.
The rules are
mind
broken.
you, I get it. She's now he's gay. Mind you, at first she said he was bi, but now he's gay. Things are changing, but it's also on top of all the other shit that I lost my trust with, like because the DMs, the people in my ear, the thing about the boys in Oregon, it's a list of shit. That I'm like, okay, I bet game on, cause like we was on the phone. I'm not. She's like, at least she said hi. Well, I'm like, what the fuck does him saying hi to me have to do with anything? And then she says, well, if you're still mad, you can hang up. Oh, hang up. And then it was my turn to go to college. But we ended up getting back. We broke up and got back together after that. Mm-hmm. But mind you, she's still away at her school. I'm at mine. We broke up again eventually. I started messing with this one girl. All right, y'all follow me now? I started messing with this one girl.
AKA Kenny was a whore. As y'all can see.
Relax. I started messing with this one girl.
This man said, AKA Kitty was a whore. That's confirmed.
Relax. I started messing with this one girl because I'm in college now and I'm single at this point. But me and my ex were still having a conversation. We know, still keeping up with each other. We ended up getting back together. But mind you, I'm not all the way back trusting her from all the other shit for real. I'm still kind of messing with Shorty. And then Shorty's roommate finds my ex on Snapchat and tells her what's going on, bro. Mind you, I had never put my ex's Snapchat anywhere. I never post nothing. I'm like, to this day, I still don't know how she found her Snapchat. To this day.
That's messy. That's messy.
Damn.
To this, I don't know how that. I mean, I haven't talked to them people in a while, but I'm like, how in the world? And then it all got thrown back on me, of course. But I had no trust after all the list of stuff. There's more after that, but this story is already long.
Damn.
So that was my freshman year of undergrad as well.
Okay, so basically Kenny told a story of his freshman year undergrad. I'm gonna do the same thing to keep myself safe. So
no. I just told my messiest story that just happened to happen freshman year.
Messiest story. I can tell
Yes,
15 different messy. I can tell 3 different messier stories, and that's messier than that.
Oh yeah.
For me?
Can you go ahead?
Yes.
Please. Okay, give me clues of what you about to say first.
Charles and deleting a message. That's messy. That's messier than that situation. On your end, that's messier.
Okay, that's still stemming from the same situation. That if I continued that story, it would get into that.
It would get into that.
Hey, that sounds like we're gonna have
the same girl. That was the same girl.
Okay.
It already sounds like we're gonna have a part 2.
Okay.
So this is your third.
I feel like I don't want to say I have a lot, but like drama would find me a lot. And so
find you, or did you? Okay.
Okay, listen, it doesn't have to be a messy story or the messiest, because like
it can't just be a messy story.
Bet. So I'm gonna take one from my freshman year to stay safe, because I feel like I already incriminated myself a lot with the past story. And so
you get a pass for this one. You get a pass for this one.
All right. So basically I'm gonna tell it like this. Let's call the girl. We're gonna call the girl Jesse, and we're gonna call the boy PJ, because he also had initials, but I don't want it, because if I say his initials, everybody gonna know who I'm talking about. So we're gonna call PJ. We're gonna say the girl's Jesse, and then the dude that's gonna get mentioned.
Do I know this story?
You do know this story. So
I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about.
Freshman, my first girlfriend that I had in college, or first girl I was messing with, her name, like I said, we're gonna call her Jessie. And so basically, like me and Jesse,
everybody give her real name.
me and Jesse, like we talked on and off like throughout my freshman year, and then like I pledged a fraternity the second semester of my freshman year. And so the communication kind of died down, because like I was seeing niggas like Kenny every day. Like Kenny is literally him and my line brothers and my pro fights are the only people I talk to on a consistent basis through my freshman year. So a lot of my friendships struggled. My relationship struggled with the girls I was talking to because I couldn't, be close to them or whatever. And so there was a situation to where there was a point where me and my Jessie were getting back close, but there was also certain situations to where she was going to there. And this specific situation doesn't shadow this, but there's an example like me and my boy Dennis, we were going to a party and we saw that Jessie, she told me to that night that she wasn't going out. She said she was chilling. And then on the way to the party, me and Dennis ended up seeing her in a car with another, 2 other dudes. And so going to the same party that we were going to. And so that's just an example. She was just we were trying to get back good, but I'd also peeped she was getting entertained by other people. But this specific situation, now PJ, that's supposed to be one of my boys. That's supposed to be one of my best friends. We supposed to be locked in, you feel me? And so one day, me, Dennis, because at a point second semester, after I introduced Kenny to Dennis, it was just the 4 of us were always all together. So I'm not sure if Kenny was around at this point, but I know for a fact that me, Dennis, and
me and PJ, I was never around y'all with PJ that much, honestly.
You weren't around enough to where we took yeah. But so there was a point where I know for a fact that me, Dennis, and PJ needed to go study. We had plans to go study in Woodland Glen 5 with our friends Kinsley and Abby. And PJ said he couldn't go because he was going to go study with this girl over on North Campus. So we're fast forward to later in that night, we're studying, we're chilling. I get a text from Jessie you need to come get your friend. And I'm like, who are you talking about? And so she's basically PJ was with her in her dorm. And she sent me a video recording of PJ laying down in her bed. And so basically PJ lied about where he was going. He told us that he was going to go study with a girl on North Campus, but he was in my girl's dorm and she lived on South Campus. And so at that point, after she sent me that video, I call her phone. I'm put PJ on the phone and I'm going off on PJ. I'm you said you was doing this. You said you was doing that. What's going on? I basically was I can't trust you. You're not my boy, this and that. At the end of the day, I ended up forgiving him the following year. We ended up being cool. But I would say that would just be the messiest situation because I had somebody that I thought was my boy trust, but was trying to get with my girl behind my back. And I also confronted Jessie, what were y'all doing? Why was he, in your room? Why was he in your bed? I understand you texted me, but ultimately he got in your bed. And she was basically that's not what I was intending. I didn't get that energy off. He said he wanted to hang out. So I was just, hanging out because essentially they were friends too. But what he was on, the type of time he was on, she was not on that type of time. So that's why she texted me.
Damn, that's crazy.
I thought you could have told that one story. Remember that party we went to and what we saw when we left the party?
Which I need more context because we done been to a lot of parties.
The booty grab.
That's another messy story. I can tell that one real quick. There was this girl.
I didn't hear it. That man sounds like.
There's this girl.
This is one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
There was this girl I was talking to. We'll call her Daisy. Daisy is married now, and Daisy has a kid now. So this girl I was talking to named Daisy. Basically, long story short, I was a sophomore at the time. There's this group chat that my organization made for incoming freshmen. And then there was this after dark group chat called the Fish Tank that we turned into. It was a lot of.
I still hate you.
It was a lot of X-rated stuff going on in the Fish Tank. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're broke. But me and Daisy ended up getting close. That was during the summertime. We ended up getting close during the summertime. We Skype call. What's the name? We talked on the phone. We texted back and forth. And then when we got to campus, it was on and popping. And that was the person I was messing with. And granted, I had a whole phase in college. But when I was messing with one person and having, unprotected intercourse coitus with that person, like I'm with that person, you feel me? And then like there was situations to like there was this dude that we was close with named Tyler who was also messing with Daisy. And so like I kind of had to eat that. And then me and Kenny and Dennis and PJ, we went to this party. And when we went to the party, like we knew we were going to see Daisy, and Jesse was also at that party too. So we knew we was going to see Daisy and Jesse. And then like as soon as like Daisy was coming up to us, like we were approaching Daisy, Daisy was approaching us. Like it was like how many, like 3 or 4 dudes that got to Daisy before us, and they literally all grabbed her ass in front of us, like saying what's
Bro,
up.
it was we were literally walking to her like to go say what's up. Right? Literally, right when we get to her, hands, boom. And she was just laughing and giggling, like, and she was like, it was the craziest thing ever.
Facts. But yeah, since he mentioned that was the Daisy story.
And we learned that she was messing with all 4 of those guys.
Messing with all 4 of those guys, messing with me, messing with Tyler, messing with a few others, mess with another one of our boys that we got in phase 2. Like
Daisy wasn't in the streets. She was the streets.
the crazy thing is she's married with a kid now, so it's wild.
Rehabilitated, you feel me?
Right. But those are the messy stories I'm telling. Those are the least messiest stories I've gone through, but I'm gonna save a life today and save my life.
I mean, technically, your most messy story didn't happen while you were in college, so you're fine.
Technically, yeah, you're right. Hey, Kenny saved me.
I'm fucking dead. So I'm gonna wrap this up with a small story I have. I'm gonna give y'all a high school story. So yeah, let's just do a high school story. So this is back home in Senegal, as y'all know. So let me picture it for you so that y'all can understand, so that the audience can understand a little better. I played basketball in the academy called SID. So we used to live there, and the way SID works, like they have this test every year where they select like basically the best players in Senegal, and then like 10 or so, and then admit them into the academy. So you live in a certain place, but you go to school. They still put you to school. Like we still went to a private school, like outside of SID. Mm-hmm. But when you're going to SID, it's like you get a little attention. It's almost like, this is a basketball team. These are the basketball players. So, when I was in high school, after I joined SID, I had a little attention I was not used to, like eyes on me a little bit.
That man Bamba was the man, boy.
So I'm
I still have not seen Bamba hoop, and I'm pissed.
At the time, I was 6'7". So
you said you were 6'7"?
I was 6'7". This was like high school. This was early high school. I was like 16 max.
I feel you.
So I'm in class. It's just like I'm in class. It's just me, like the only basketball player. But there was another guy. Let's call him M. So M is almost my height, and we just bonded over that. Like just the fact that we're just two tall people. We sat at the same bench in the back of the class, and we just like, early on we just like got along well. Like we just started talking about like girls and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And one day I remember there was this one girl that always had eyes for me. So I'm starting to talk to him, like, what you think about this? What you think about her? What you think about her? He's like, no, you should go for it. You should go for her. Like, I feel like she got eyes for you, shit like that. So this is the era where we're sliding a little notes and shit when I'm in class. I decided to write her a little note, set up a little meeting for, I guess it was recess. What's called? So I slide her a note. She slide her note back. Her note is long as shit. But when it comes to our table, M holds it. Like, he holds the note. And I'm just like, yo, like, slide my note. He's like, nah, that's for me. Like, she wrote for me. What you talking about? He's like, all right, when we get out, you find out. I'm like, all right. So we get out. It's me, M, and the girl. The girl, let's just call her K. Let's call her K, yeah. So it's me, M, and K. We just sitting down, talking. And we ask her, like, yo, what's up? Like, why you playing with niggas like that? She's like, oh, no, I thought y'all was playing a prank with me. I thought you knew that me and M was dating. Like, what? She's like, yeah. Like, I thought you guys were playing games with me. That's why I just played that game. And so me back then, I'm the sweetest guy ever. Like I don't get mad. I'm very patient, all that. But I'm very petty. I hold shit to heart.
As you should.
That situation happened. M walks away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as he walks away, the girl goes, "Oh, I swear to God, you're the love of my life. I've been waiting for you to come talk to me." The thing is that M tried to get at me by telling me that his mom died. And I lost my dad. I know what it feels like. So anytime that she supposedly tries to break up with him, M brings back up, "Oh, you know, you look like my mom. You remind me of my mom. Like, I don't know what I would do without you. Like, ever since I lost my mom, you're the best thing I found, whatever, whatnot." So me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You know, I know how to take my L's. So I just took the L, kept pushing. I'm like, fuck it, whatnot. So we get back in class. Me and M, like I said, we sitting on the same bench. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, M starts talking reckless to me. Like, we on the same level. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, you know, you should know your place. Soon as it said, "You should know your place," I'm like, all right, it's a wrap. So, like, the next day, that issue, I think we had like one more day of school, and then we went on break or something.
Yeah.
Break. This girl is calling me heavy. She's calling me. I'm not declining. I'm picking up the phone. Conversation. She's like, "I love you. I love you." Da, 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 da. Break is over. We come back to school. Amber started to notice that Shadi is trying to wait for me, like outside of my class, hang out, shit like that. So he's like, "Huh, like it's weird. Da 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 da. You should leave my girl alone." Like he's starting to get amped up. So all of a sudden, I started noticing that M is not sitting in the same spot as I am sitting when we go into class. He is pushing it. He is pushing it. So a little bit goes on. At that point, I'm still not dating the girl, but a little bit goes on, and I find out about another guy that's not in the school that's been dating the girl officially. So apparently, her and M is not official, but M is like holding on to that relationship for dear life. So, like when that shit is going on, I kind of wash my hands of it a little bit. School pass, we move up a grade. When we move up a grade, they split me to a different class. M and K are in the same class again, right?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, M is ramping up like his shit talking, like, because at that point we're not cool anymore. He's talking to me actively, like recklessly, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you know, me, like genuinely, I can let shit go. Because at that point, like I said, you're a basketball player. If I fought, it's a big deal. Whereas he fought. So I didn't say shit. So we go back, school, the girl starts talking to me again. At that point, she's supposed to have broke up with the other guy. But at that point, the shit that Emma's doing is really getting to me. So I tell the girl, I was like, "You break up with him, you give it me." She goes and break up with him. So now, me and the girl, we're dating, right? I go to class, somebody comes to class. All of a sudden, the professor is like, "Mr. Fall." I get up, he's like, "It's somebody at the door for you." I go outside, this nigga looks at me dead in my eye, and he's like, "You can't leave us alone. Like, why can't you fucking leave us be happy? Why are you always in the middle of it? Like, why?"
This is M.
This is M. This is another nigga that got me out of the classroom to make, like, everybody in the class is looking outside, like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? So now rumors are starting to come out. I go back, like, I didn't even respond. I looked at
the teacher allowed that to happen.
The teacher was in the class, like that shit. He was just going off, and I didn't respond. Like I didn't respond. I looked at him. I walked back in class. So now everybody, like, I started hearing like, what the hell, like what's going on? And then people are like, yo, what's going on with him? Like what's the issue? And I guess people are asking him too, and that shit is just like giving this nigga courage. So now this nigga is texting me. He's like, "I know where you're at on like Saturdays. I be seeing you Saturdays, and I will see you this Saturday." Basically, he wants to fight. I'm like, "All right, bet. Just give me a time and a place."
Hey, this nigga Obama wasn't backing down for
So
shit.
he said, "Let's me." He gave me a place, and he said 10 p.m. At 9:50, I'm there sitting down. I'm sitting down. I don't see him. 9:55 comes, 10 comes. I call him. I'm just like, "Yo, where you at?" He's like, "Oh, I see you sitting down, and you brought down your goons. That's why you feel like some type of." I'm like, "Yo, it's just me right now." So he doesn't show up for a whole 20 minutes. I go back inside. One of our not our coach. He's a player, but he's much older than us at the time. Like I was a freshman at Sid, so he was like our mentor. He's like, "You want to go somewhere Like we go outside. As soon as I go, I hear somebody and a big ass group, like probably like 5 guys and him. And it's like, oh, this is not like, there's a phrase we say in Senegal, like Kidio Kidima, which is like, okay, like we finally meet. Like it's not the face off we've been talking about.
Wow.
And then like my coach looks at, like, not my coach, but his name is Tijan. Tijan looks at me, he's like, you about to fight him? He's like, nah, you're not about to fight him. And then he walks over to M. M goes and he's like, what's going on? M lays out the situation. It's me standing with 5 guys. I'm thinking we about to fight. I'm thinking at any point somebody's about to pop some shit. No, these niggas start talking about, oh, you know, Marcel, one of our other teammates. He's like, you know, yeah, it's our teammate. And then all of a sudden, like, it's like, oh, 5 guys that just came to be buddy. And then this other nigga is talking to that dude and he just let it go. So now back to school, he sees me at school and he's like, we're fighting. He's like, we're fighting at school. Not the same energy from like when we met the night before.
Nice.
Like, we're fighting. One of my boys is like, yo, you dead ass about to fight because of a girl? And I'm pretty sure you don't even love her. Like y'all about to fight in the middle school for that shit.
Right.
Like high school, you're like 16. You're not gonna let, like, you know, oh yeah, I'm not about to fight this nigga here or some shit like that.
Thanks.
So I move on. I don't know what happened between them two, but the girl comes back to me and she's like, yeah, I broke up with him. Da, da, da. I was like, you broke up with him? So that whole time, what the fuck was going on when you supposedly broke up with all these people? And that dude just comes there, finds me, and he's like going like off, like, you know, I'm tired of this shit. Y'all can have this shit. Da, 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 da. Goes off, walks away. Soon as he walks away, a bird poops on me. A bird poops on me, right? A bird poops on me. When we get close to the end of the school year, I met up with that girl. We did something. As soon as we did it, I was like, yeah, we done. I'm done.
This man said we did something. He hit it and quit it, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was like, that's not it.
This man hit and quit. He said, I just wanted a taste.
But that's one of the stories I have. I have plenty more, really. I feel like, you know.
Oh, you do.
We could. I enjoyed the chaos, and I hope y'all did. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Same Convo. Y'all be sure to check us on all your favorite streaming platforms. We're also on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you for tuning in, and see y'all next week.
I just don't understand.
Why is Kitty stressed?